If you don't think that you're able to keep your New Year's resolution, just think about this woman's dedication. The New York Daily News is reporting that 40-year-old Seattle resident Beautiful Existence went through 2013 eating nothing but Starbucks. And she documented her experience on her website for oneyearofmylife.com. So with us now to tell her story is Beautiful Existence. Thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. So the first question I have to ask here is, why would you do this to yourself?
So every year I take on a brand that I want to explore. I want to explore the products, the services, the community that surrounds them. And I've already done a year buying everything from the Goodwill as well. So Starbucks, I wanted to switch focus onto Pacific Northwest brands, and Starbucks was one of the first ones that came up for me. I wanted to do an eating challenge, and my sister's been a partner or a barista for almost 8 years, and they've been a really good company to her. So I decided that I wanted to explore their brand further, and by doing so, put a challenge to myself to only eat and drink their products for a year.
Now, the thing is that they're not just a coffee shop anymore, right? Starbucks has a lot of other options. They have sandwiches, they have salads, they have little packets that have fruit and cheese and vegetables in them. So at least you did have some variety. But I have to ask, did you ever get sick of the food?
No, actually, this last year, I've been really lucky. And in fact, people within Starbucks have told me this was one of the best years that I could have actually done this, because they launched La Boulange. They have their Evolution Fresh brand that they had launched in 2012, and they consistently changed their food at Evolution Fresh per the season. And they introduced a lot more salads and sandwiches throughout the year, as well as opening a Tivana store here, which had its own eating options as well. So I really have not been sick of anything at Starbucks for an entire year because of all of this variety that I've had to enjoy. It just got a little bit harder as I got closer to the end, because I knew I was going to be able to eat anything I wanted anymore. But oddly enough, I'm sitting here with my Evolution Fresh juice.
so some habits die hard, right? That's what you're saying. You got stuck on the stuff. But what about, as we mentioned, there are all kinds of options now. But do you feel like it was healthy enough? Did it affect your health? Did it affect your weight?
No, actually, I contacted Christine Hall, who had done the Starbucks diet last year, immediately at the beginning of the year. In fact, she contacted me, and the first month I dedicated to following her diet regime with Starbucks food, and ended up losing over 10 pounds. And this whole year, I've tried to stay really active, because I knew that in 2014 I would be starting a sports-related challenge, so I was kind of gearing up for that. But as long as I, balanced everything out and ate salads and, stayed away from overindulgence of pastries and frappuccinos, I was really good. They have fruit, nuts, vegetables. I have a really big variety here in the Seattle area, a lot more so than other people might have.
That said, Starbucks isn't exactly a cheap place. So how much did you spend over this last year? Was it a lot higher than your normal grocery bills would have been?
Oh, it's higher than grocery bills, that's for sure, because you're paying retail prices. But you're also paying, for part-time workers to be able to have, health insurance and benefits through that, which is something that my sister and my nephews took advantage of for a long time. And it's worked out really well for them. So there's, personal justification. But I did spend more than I thought that I would. I tallied my figures late last night, and I spent over $7,000 this last year on it. So it has made me a little bit more aware that until I have sponsors for my challenges, I need to really stay within my budget and work with the companies a little bit more, so that I can explore their communities and finish my challenges, but be able to utilize, products and features and coupons a little bit better. I did use my Starbucks card quite a bit this last year, though, and gained quite a few freebies from it.
Okay. I was going to say, I hope that they hooked you up with something free after all of that. And so finally, what is your next challenge?
Your feed's kind of cutting out a little bit here and there. I apologize. I didn't get all of that.
I was just saying, I hope they hooked you up with something free along the way. But tell us more about your next challenge for 2014.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I've already started. I'm meeting with my trainer a little bit later this afternoon. I'm going to be learning every recreational sport by living the REI brand. And for people that don't know REI, it's recreational equipment. And the sports that I have found so far, there's over 80 of them, and I have 5 marathons this year in that sporting list to be able to complete. So it's quite a big challenge. And for people that think that me eating and drinking Starbucks for an entire year is a feat, it is. But if you explore being able to learn over 80 sports, 2 of which are the only things that I've ever done in my life related to this industry, I'm going to be really proud of myself to finish all of these this year.